I'll be back just a sec.
Trevor's looking nice and smooth. Heading on that long straightaway. Into turn 5, I believe. Looks good. That corner coming under the bridge, that left-hander's always tough for me. You kind of come over a hill right into the braking zone, and the car gets a little light. It's tough to hang on to it. Here it goes into the carousel, the famous carousel, and this is a tire shredder right here. Oh, got a little wide on that curb and got a little loose. Managed to save.
Yeah, I just caught that. That was a huge wiggle there, but he managed to keep it on track.
Yep, going through Canada Corner here.
Yeah, looking at the sector time, Snowden's 2.7 down on the pole time, so he's unless he's really kicks in the afterburners here, he's going to be settling in somewhere in the middle. And Trevor slots in the 5th position with the 208.2.
Yeah, not too bad there. Next up is Sergio Calderon.
In a Viper. Yeah, the Viper is, if of any car in the pack, is the one known for its brute power and torque. Front engine car. In the hands of some drivers, it could put in a pretty good performance.
Yeah, there's some of these guys, really enjoy that car. I've never cared for it much. I mean, I love the looks of the real ones, but I've never been able to get any speed out of that car.
Yeah, you have to drive it with an emphasis on keeping the nose on the apex and a late apex in order to take advantage of its torque on corner exit. And that can be a real challenge, just getting that nose turned in. Because if it doesn't turn in, it doesn't matter how much power you got, you can't get back on the gas. Well, Sergio's 1 second down in the first sector. And 3.5 seconds down, so looks like Sergio's struggling with that beast. But the priority in this Super Pole session, and the biggest challenge, is to just get a decent lap in so that you're on the grid. And because you've only got one shot, and if you drop a wheel and spin it around off the track, you basically ruined your only chance for a good grid position in the up-and-coming qualifying race here after Super Pole is finished.
Yeah, it's a bit nerve-wracking too. I know my pulse rate gets up there when doing a Super Pole event, because the whole world's watching.
Yeah,
or at least all your buddies.
It's sweaty palms time because you're the only car on track and nobody's got anything to do but watch you screw up.
Yep. Looks like Sergio came in with a 209.1. Next up is one of our new members, and it is Mark DeGraw, or DeGrasse. I believe it's DeGrasse.
Welcome, Mark. Hope you enjoyed the season as much as we have.
He's driving that brightly colored green Audi.
It's definitely green. Yeah, the Audi's always been one of my favorites. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it to me it's always had that that kind of finesse, that and good communication to what the car is doing. Of course, when you got a setup that works for a given track, it can be a beast when it's off, though.
Yeah, that's another one I've never been able to master that car. Tries to kill me.
Yeah, Mark's using all the track here. You notice the little puffs of smoke on the edges of the exits. He's hanging it out.
Yeah, looking pretty good.
It is always interesting because we have no database on the new guys.
Yeah, it's true.
Yep, there again.
Notice that's a Tracy Crone Racing, hence the brightly colored odd paint job.
Yeah, Mark slots in at 5th with a 207.5.
Yeah, well done. Next up, I believe, is Carlos De La Torre. He's in one of the Mercedes. Seems to favor the German cars. He was in a Porsche last season.
Well, the life of a race car driver is you just take whatever you can get sometimes, be it real or virtual. But yeah, the Mercedes has proven to be a fairly effective car in previous seasons. Of course, as is the beginning of every season, you're working with a slightly tweaked balance of performance. So it's interesting to see which cars are going to move up and which cars are going to be struggling. Oop.
There's a little grass mowing there.
Yeah, Carlos got the outside wheels past the curb there and got a little bounce going on, maybe bottomed out. It's not going to help. As is shown by his first sector time, it's 1.3 down on the pole time. So far, David Pohl's 2:03.7 is looking pretty good.
We got the big hitters coming up last, though. Usually, I mean, the grid, the order that they're actually qualifying is reversed from practice time. So the fastest guys in the practice session are going last. Now David doesn't like to wait, so he actually left the server and came back, so he could qualify one of the first cars.
Yeah, Carlos slots in at 7th.
I don't blame him. I hate to wait like that.
Yeah. Some people just can't take the
and looks like Carlos slots in 8th place with a 2:08.7.
8th or 7th?
I thought it was 8.
I'm seeing.
Yeah, I've got him in 8th.
Really, I got him in 7th on my scoring. We'll have to
well,
wait for that to sort itself out. So, who do we have now here, John, in the Aston Martin?
Let's see. Oh, it looks like that's Omar Gomez.
Yeah, the Aston Martin's always been kind of a favorite. It's been among the bulkier cars, but it's got lots of front engine, and a proven product, and in the hands of the better drivers, it does really well. I don't know when we haven't seen it. I don't think run up front for a while now.
I've got a weird scoring thing. I've got Zach Hefner. Did Zach put in a lap already in the Ferrari? I've got him in 7th place. I don't remember him running. Oh well, anyway, here comes Omar finishing his lap. Looked pretty good. And he brings it in. I've got him in 7th with a 2:08.2.
As do I.
And next up, Sam Rolfe. Sam's been around forever.
Yeah, yeah, he's part of the good old boys club here, along with yours truly and my sidekick. Okay, so I'm looking for
Sam's in the Audi.
looking for Sam on the list here. I guess we'll scroll through.
Another odd colored Audi, like sky blue. Sam's another guy that's really come on strong the last couple seasons. I think he really clicks with Assetto Corsa. Maybe didn't click as well as he should or could have with GTR2.
Yeah,
something about the feel of this sim. I mean, really fits his driving style.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well as others, that he's put in some really strong performances last season, which is good to see because you know, somebody who's been with the league as long as he has, you know, and has shown the dedication to his racing, it's good to see the results.
Yeah, I always like to see him up there. Good guy, really nice guy.
Oh, they're all nice guys, right? Yeah.
No, not really.
Sam had a little lock up there coming into the last turn, but headed up the main straight here to the start finish.
Oh, nice. 5th place.
207.2. Yep. Good job, Sam.
I believe we got Jonathan Cuppett. PMR2, Matt Taylor's teammate. Driving that beast of a Nissan GTR.
Can you tell, John, if there's any variation in tire selection here for Super Pole?
Looks like, I'd say everybody's on the super softs. It's hard to tell what the guys have already finished because they probably already switched to the race setup.
Because if memory serves, this track is so long and so hard on tires that slightly too soft a compound can basically end up being overheated by halfway through your timed lap if you don't keep it cool on the outlap.
Yeah, I just noticed actually Cuppet's running the softs, not the super softs.
Ah, there you go. That big car is probably really
Must be
hard on
frying
him.
those rear tires. I think this car's got a little bit of trouble getting that power down.
Yeah, Jonathan's 1.5 seconds down on pole time through the second sector. Coming up the main straight now. Comes up to fifth.
Nice. All right, next up, driving the Mercedes, another new guy. Welcome, Brian Jones. Bet you cannot guess where he's from, Marty. Take a guess.
Uh, I don't know, Johannesburg, South Africa.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, the poor guy.
Can't believe there's somebody else from my hometown in our league. Fine.
Well, I guess we got somebody else to verify your stories, huh?
We'll see about that. Looking pretty smooth here.
Yes, indeed.
Haven't even seen a bobble.
He's
Not a
using
single
all the track and
bobble.
yep, touching the curbs just beautifully. So a smooth run like this usually produces an excellent time. Would also indicate that Mr. Jones is serious about his racing and has put in adequate practice. I like the way he late apex that carousel, get the power on early to coming out. And he's 1.6
Yeah,
seconds
he's got a good lap going.
down on pole time.
He's looking at maybe third place through two sectors.
Car looks nicely balanced too, and high torque cars like the Mercedes that'll make or break you. And Mr. Jones jumps up to sixth. Good job.
Yeah, 206.2. Next up, John Houston, driving the BMW M6.
With brightly
It's
glowing
good to
brake
see John
rotors.
in the GT car. Haven't seen John on Thursday nights in a while.
That's true. Is he driving both series? Do you know?
Yep, I believe so.
Let's jump on board here with John for a bit, just for the noise. Oop, a little oversteer there. Keeps a nice tight line here through the carousel. Constant radius rather than late apex. Light out with the can.
It's one good-looking car going around this track.
And John comes around last turn, headed up that very steep main straight hill. Towards start finish here.
.207.4. It's like 7th place is where I'm at. And next up, driving a McLaren, is Dan Thorpe. Oh, and he gets really wide.
Ooh, I saw some air.
Too. Or turn 1, I guess.
Yeah, nice and clean around the hairpin at the end of the main straight. Only half a second down that first sector, so it's a pretty good run so far.
Yep, looking pretty solid.
.3 down in the up through the second sector. Ooh, really wide there on the exit. Do we have track limits issues as far as scrutineering goes?
I don't believe so. I think there's loss of traction is enough to. You really don't want to. You really don't want to get off the track.
Whoa, that was a nice run. Mr. Thorpe slots. Yeah, slots into third.
Yeah, well done, Dan. Next up, Aaron Parsons, who is teamed up with Al Marimon again. Got to go by racing.
I see they've kept their team colors from the Porsche 911 last season and put them on their new Aston Martin. Or so it appears.
Yep. I guess the Australian flag has a Union Jack on it. This car's got one on its roof.
So it's always interesting being on board here with Aaron.
Aaron's our only member from Australia. He's been around since the beginning. He has more driver's titles than anyone else here.
Always entertaining to watch Aaron. He's got some of the busiest hands on the steering wheel.
Power time's going to be up there, I'm sure.
This should be a good lap time. It's only 6/10 down through the second sector. Good enough for third.
Yeah, not bad.
That car looked to be a handful.
Got another new member in a Audi, Clifton Naranjo. or Naranjo. I think it's probably Naranjo. Welcome, Clifton.
Where's Clifton from?
I do not know.
Well, for those drivers so inclined, the broadcasters do encourage you to submit some bio information on your background in racing, both real and virtual. Work, family life, anything you'd like to share, and give us something to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and doing a little grass mowing there, but he had the car straight, so it shouldn't hurt him that bad. It's like the car just basically drifted right off to the outside edge under exit throttle.
Yeah. Not going to help the time. Looking good otherwise. Wow, that's an obnoxious color on that Audi. Another crossing category 2075. It's good enough for 12th place currently.
It's always a relief just to get a relatively clean lap in. We haven't seen anybody really disappear into the weeds yet, have we?
Not yet. You might curse Bjorn here. Bjorn got a little wild there through turn 1, driving the Mercedes. Robert's Dog Racing, Bjorn Heyman and John Ludden, our drivers champion from last season.
Well, Bjorn, I'll apologize ahead of time. I think he's got it under control, though. There's another driver who's been with us for quite a while and done some noticeable improvement in the last few seasons with his consistency and speed and finishing position. So it's always good to see.
Yeah, he's had a couple nice solid top 10s here recently. He's got a heck of a teammate. I think Bjorn wants to get I think they won the team championship a few seasons ago, I believe. That's got Bjorn kind of motivated.
Was that back in the early days of Assetto Corsa when nothing could beat the Nissan?
Could have been.
And Bjorn's 2.3 down through the second sector. And Bjorn comes across the line here with a 9th at a 206.9.
Yeah, good time. 206.9. And next up, I believe we got Abe Wozniak driving the McLaren.
On board here with Abe behind the wheel of this beautiful McLaren. Nice throaty turbo sound. Boy, he looks like he's on rails here. Yeah, just watching his steering inputs, he's definitely got a smooth driving style. Not fighting this car at all, just driving it the way it wants to be driven.
It's going to be a pretty good time here, Roddy.
Yeah, there's only 1.2 down on full time.
Top five.
Good enough for a fourth.
Yep, 2:05.7. Nice. Next up's Al Merrimon, the Merry Monster,
the boss.
El Presidente.
That would have to imply democratically elected.
Don't know how to say dictator in Spanish.
El Dictator. Yeah. A little puff of smoke off the inside front wheel under braking, but cleanly through the probably the slowest turn on the track.
Yep, now it's looking pretty smooth. Jerky motions.
Yeah, it's interesting here on board here watching Al's steering style. It's not as active as Ezra, his teammate, but always keeping a smooth correction on his inputs. Like the car needs a little help trying to make it go where you want it to go.
Yeah, that was looking really good. This might be second place.
Definitely using all the track there is to use. There's only 7/10 down.
Oh, fourth place. Not bad though.
No, that was an excellent run. I mean, he's that should hold up reasonably well. I mean, he's going to be up in the first few rows here for the start of the qualifying race. So who's up now?
Kevin Kirkbride's up. Season. Quite a few of these guys started after the first few races last season.
Yeah, there was a sudden burst of interest in joining our league, and yeah, I suppose you could always, if you only do part of a season, you could consider it your trial run before the full season to follow.
He had a very good first section time.
Yes, he did. 2/10 in the first sector. That's I should be right up there in the top 5 if he can maintain that pace.
Ooh, yeah, and a nice one in the second sector too.
Under a second, 9/10. Yes. He's hammering that red limiter. Kevin gets a 5th. Nicely done.
And next up, team champion, defending champion Andrew Werner in the Porsche. I'd say these guys are going to be one of the favorites for defending their title. They've got Super Sub Ian on the job again, and Ian loves the Porsche. He was made for that car.
Is Ian here tonight?
They had a practice race. No, they had a practice race, and Ian took a Porsche, and I think he beat the field by about 20 or 30 seconds.
Yeah, he's had some excellent performances in the Porsche. Was it last season? No, season before last. In which, was it Interlagos? He just dominated. He just absolutely obliterated the field.
First race of the season.
Just walked away, no challenge.
Andrew looking smooth as usual.
Ooh, he is 0 on the first sector. This is a pole challenging run.
Ooh, wow. Not surprised.
Nine tenths.
Looks like he lost about 8/10.
Yeah. The last sector looked pretty good. Good for 4th.
And next up's Jesse Olson. Another Audi.
Jesse's 2/10 down the first sector. That's looking good so far.
It's going to be a pretty good time here.
9/10 down through the second sector. He's going to be pushing that top 5.
using all the track and more.
Yeah, he got the wheels off the outside. It's going to hurt him a bit. Good enough for 7th.
Put him, yeah, 205.4. Next up, Ronnie Nunez. This should be a good lap. Ronnie's been exceptionally fast.
Ooh, that was very wide there in the exit of 1.
Or Precision Motor Racing team this season. It's going to be another favorite for the team championship.
Yeah, Ronnie's always among the leaders in pretty much anything he drives. He's 0 up in the first sector, or 0 down. He's 0. Six tenths down. That was a very good exit on the last turn here. He had the power on very early. Yep, he's good enough for 3rd.
Yeah, nice. Next up, David Maros.
Also in a Viper.
In another Viper. I believe David's new, unless he did a couple. Did he do any of the races to finish last season? I don't think so. I think David's new.
Yeah, I believe he is. The name is not familiar to me.
So welcome, David.
In fact, my
Driving
guess.
the Gas Monkey Viper.
Yeah, my guess is we could be setting a record here for new drivers at the beginning of a season. I don't recall having seen this many new faces.
Yeah, I think you're right. I saw that Gas Monkey car was in the race in the Rolex last year. Got a couple good pictures of that one.
That car did fairly well, if I remember correctly. Woo, he's green in the first sector by 0.0. Why do the new guys have to be so fast?
I think that's because of how good this league is. It just draws the fastest guys on the planet.
Yep, they come for the competition, and that's what it's all about. It's not that much fun being way faster than everybody, and you want to be able to challenge yourself and put in your best effort, and with the best strategy and a little dab of luck, and beat the best. Doesn't get any better than that. And he's 7 tenths down.
I wouldn't know.
Likewise. And the Vipers doesn't particularly like that second sector. But the first sector includes that one of the longest straightaways in road racing, so it's not a surprise it's good there. And coming up the main straight toward the line, this should be a very good time. Good enough for third.
Oh, next. Well done. And next up, we have got Andrew Adamson in the C7R Corvette.
Wiggle there on exit. Flat out through that kink. And he is green, 0.0 to the pole time in the first sector.
In the Bentley, which wasn't the best car to be in, but he did pretty well.
Looking very quick at the moment, 3/10 down through the second sector. This is likely to be another top 5 time.
Second sector was over a half a second quicker than anybody else.
Yeah, he's only 3/10 down through the second sector. This would be an excellent time. Second place, nicely done.
Second place, nice. 2:04.7.
Good to see an American car up there on the front row so far.
Here comes a Mercedes of John Ludden, last season's drivers champion. Might see David Poole sweating over this one a little bit.
As well he should.
His first sector's about even with David's.
I'm seeing him 2/10 up on David in the first sector. This could be our new pole.
I've got David's. David's still got the record. It's showing him as purple, meaning he has the best sector time.
And he is dead even through the second sector.
Oh boy, it's going to be close.
Missed it by a 1/10.
Oh wow.
Or close to 2/10, but that was a solid run. He's in second place, so provisionally on the front row with that locked-in position.
got another new guy coming up, Peter Szabo, or Szabo. Looks like he's just leaving the pit, so may have been some, there's a little learning curve, so it'll take a few minutes. Or actually, I've got, maybe he skipped.
Do we have anybody
Moses
on track?
Is on track right now. Yeah, Chris Moses is out there.
Okay. We've picked up Chris now as he approaches the first sector.
Yeah, he's on an out lap.
Ah. Well, someone probably had a last-minute potty stop here and managed to be out of position.
Yep, could be, but at least somebody's on the track. Chris is coming around to take the green flag here. So they're going to be a tough team, Chris and Ryan.
Chris hammers it coming out of the last turn here to start his little lap. The approach to this very fast, like third gear. Yep. Very hard to keep it on the track on the outside there. The entrance to the long back straight. Very important to get off that turn as clean and hard as possible. And then just to make it fun, the approach to the brake area is downhill.
This is keeping it kind of smooth. Just seeing him get a little tail hat.
So Chris is 2/10 up in the first sector according to my timing.
Got him even.
What, 0-0?
Yeah, he's got a 36.7 in the first sector, same as David Poole. Yeah, I think he's about a half a second behind now.
It's still going to put him fairly high up on the grid. Ooh, very wide there. Getting that the nose on that beast to rotate on corner exit is always tricky. That looked very clean. Coming on the main straight now towards start finish. Within shouting distance of pole. And he makes it a third. Good run.
Yep, pretty good lap there.
Yeah, it looks like he lost half a tenth. Or half a second in the third sector there.
And now on the Nissan, Peter Szabo. Hope I pronounced that right. Correct me if I did.
It will just have to do for now. Let's jump on board here a minute and see what that Nissan looks like behind the wheel. I'm showing he's 0 to the pole time in the first
Yep. Looking great so far.
Damn these fast new guys.
Oh, he's only about a tenth off in the second sector.
Exactly. So this could be a challenge for pole time. Right here. Nice, clean exit onto the straight. Good enough for third.
Ooh. Yep, about a tenth off of Ludden's time.
Yeah,
Next up, Martin Walters.
times are very tight up here at the front of the field.
And Martin driving the Bentley. First Bentley we've seen tonight. And this is the father and son team, Martin and Alexander. Oh, and Martin gets wide. He's going to lose a lot of time there.
Yeah, but he
got in a little too deep.
Yeah, he saved it so that that should still put him in a decent position on the grid. Weren't the Walters new to us last season?
I believe so, yeah. Or at least last season was their first full season, I believe. Maybe second.
Only lost 7/10 there with that mistake. That's going to hurt.
Looks like he's maybe struggling with some overheated tires.
I know what the problem is.
It doesn't look like he wants to turn.
Yeah, he's driving on the wrong side of the car. That car definitely looks like a handful. Oh well, they got a week to tweak on the suspension to try to make it a little more friendly before the big race. Good enough for 20th.
And now here comes Brad. Brad Mears making his comeback. He set out last season. I think he subbed a couple times. Teamed up with John McIntyre, I believe.
Yeah, Brad did a full season in that Porsche when Al Merman was his teammate. So he should have a good handle on that car.
Quick first sector. What, 2 tenths on? Never forget a rain race we had in GTR2 years ago, one of the endurance events, and Brad blew out a tire going through the carousel while I think he was leading the race.
Stayed on those wets too long, did he?
Yeah, and that the carousel just shredded that left rear tire.
Well, he's 2/10 down in the first sector. This is going to be a good time.
Yeah, he could possibly get second place here. It's going to be close.
It was a good exit on that last turn. Good enough for fourth.
Fourth place.
Good solid run.
And I believe we're down to the last driver, Alexander Walters, in the Bentley.
Which is dad and which is the boy? You know?
I think Alexander's the son, but I could be wrong.
Well, we got those bios, we would know this.
Ooh, looking a little rough so far.
Yeah, he had the inside tires.
Curbs.
He had the inside tires inside the curb there, I think, to try to get his exit. So it might not have hurt him too badly.
Oh, and it didn't. He's got the fastest first sector.
Indeed, he does. This is going to be fun to watch.
He's up 10th or 2/10.
Got a little wheel spin there.
Ludden's going to be sweating this.
Yeah.
Ludden, remember the first and second place keep their spot. No matter what happens to tonight's race, they keep their spot next week's 400-kilometer endurance race.
3/10 up through the second sector.
And he does.
Excellent.
Oh wow! Over 2/10.
Yeah, that car. He had a handle on it. It was obviously a handful. He was a car definitely suffers from lack of grip due to its bulk, but he put it where he needed to, and it paid off.
Well done, Alexander Walters. Pole in the first race of the season, and followed by David Poole, who will start second next week. And then the rest of the guys are going to have to race for it for their starting positions. We've got a 30-minute race.
So we've got about 5.5 minutes here for the drivers' meeting and to get to the grid for the start of our 30-minute qualifying race, which will set the grid for our main event next week. Should we run down the order, John? I'll start.
Yeah, I think so.
On pole for tonight's qualifying race is Alexander Walters, and in second is David Poole. Both these drivers have locked in that front row position for the race next week. In third, John Ludden. In fourth, Peter Szabo. In fifth is Brad Marys. In sixth is Chris Moses. In seventh is Andrew Adamson. In eighth is Matt Taylor. In ninth is David Maros. In 10th is Ronnie Nunez.
All right, in 11th, you got Aaron Parsons. 12th, Andrew Werner. 13th, Al Merrimon. 14th, Kevin Kirkbride. Followed by Jesse Olson, Abe Wozniak, Dan Thorpe, John McIntyre, David Zahn, and Jonathan Cuppett.
And 21st is Brian Jones. 22nd is Martin Walters. 23rd is Bjorn Heyman. 24th, Sam Rolfe. 25th, John Houston. 26th, Mark DeGrasse. And 27th, Clifton Nariano. And 28th, Trevor Snowden. 29th, Omar Gomez. And 30th is Zach Hefner.
And then Carlos De La Torre and Sergio Calderon round out the field. 32 drivers.
Yeah, full field.
Hope everybody got all the dust out of the computers. It's a heck of a big field.
And the grass out of the grills from the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking here at the starting grid so far. Tire selections appear to be medium. Brad is on softs at the moment, as is Chris Moses in the Viper. That should be interesting. Of course, some of these guys may change those tire selections at the very last second to make sure that we in the broadcast booth stay in the dark.
I don't see a timer. I believe it's a 5-minute wait. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we've got about 2.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, and this will be a 13-lap race.
Yep, 13 laps. So I think I'm going to go down the schedule, this season's schedule. Looks like, of course, today we're at Road America. Next week we'll be back at Road America for the 400K race. Then we're going to take a week off for Thanksgiving week, and then we'll come back to Circuit of the Americas, and then VIR, Virginia, great track. That should be exciting. Then we're going to Montreal and Spa. We're going to do another Super Pole for round 5 at Spa. Then we're taking off Christmas week. Then we come back for the Spa 400K. Go to Barcelona, Mugello, Brands Hatch. Then into February we've got Bathurst, and then we'll end it with a Super Pole and an endurance race at the Nordschleife.
Yeah, VIR, Virginia International Raceway. That'll be a first, won't it?
It'll be a first in Assetto Corsa, yeah. I think we did that one once in GTR2.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Got a minute to go. I've heard nothing but great things about this car pack, and I've only driven a couple of the cars, but guys are saying this is the best car pack they've ever seen. Cars are evenly matched, so it should be a great season.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to jump in the GT cars yet. I'm looking forward to doing it and getting a sense of what it's like out there with the current BOP. Still seeing Brad Marys and Chris Moses on softs, as is Andrew Adamson in the Corvette.
Yep, that's what they're going to run. Here we go.
And they're off.
Oh, great start on the outside for Poole. But the Bentley pulls him down the straight.
Yeah, David basically slots in. He's got plenty of room for second. Got some side-by-side back there in the field.
Looking like a pretty good start for everybody. Here comes Ludden, trying to pass Poole on the outside.
They're side by side in the braking area here. This is going to be interesting. Poole gives him room.
He gets it done.
Meanwhile, that big Bentley is pulling away from the field here because while these guys slug it out.
Well, it's great to see such a big field of cars.
I think I spotted some damage on the back of Al Merriman's Aston Martin just as he takes it off on the outside of the carousel.
Walters got really wide coming out of Canada corner, but hangs on. He's trying to run away from these guys.
And his lead looks like it continues to lengthen. Still got some guys here working each other side by side.
Yeah, almost a three-way battle there.
It's like Chris Moses.
And Moses got ahead of
yeah, he's up to 7th.
Adamson.
Oh, we have someone turning around here.
Oh, yeah, one of the Porsches.
Meanwhile, Ronnie Nunez and Aaron Parsons were really duking it out. They were side by side for quite a while. I don't know who was it in the Porsche that went around.
That was Omar Gomez.
Looks like the field is first through ninth have split themselves up from 10th and beyond, led at the moment by Ronnie Nunez. Chris Moses hammered that exit curb, got the wheels off the ground, but kept it straight. Peter Szabo in second place, and that Nissan looking very comfortable. Followed by David Poole and Brad Marys. Ronnie Nunez has got a mirror full of Aaron Parsons at the moment. on board with Aaron coming through the kink. The Viper and the Aston are pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, those are two fast, really fast guys I would expect to be up front towards the end of the race.
Ooh, looked like Martin Walters got the short end of the stick
Woo!
on that one.
Alexander had kind of a slide there, turn 5, but saved it.
Yeah, Jonathan Cuppett and in a rather battered Nissan, and Abe Wozniak in the McLaren behind him. They have exchanged paint here. They were side by side there for a bit. Aaron Parson continues to pursue Ronnie Nunez. And John Ludden's very close to Chris Moses here, with Andrew Adamson not that far ahead. And Chris Moses challenging there in the brake area, thought better of it.
Who is it in the Corvette? My timing's a little goofed up.
Andrew.
Oh, Adamson, okay.
Right. Board here with Chris Moses in Andrew's draft here. Looking to move in the braking area, not quite alongside yet. The Corvette turns in a little better than the Viper. Andrew got a little wiggle on the exit, and it looks like Chris is going to get him. And John Ludden is lurking.
Oh,
Ooh,
that
Andrew.
mud's going to get him too.
Yeah, Andrew got a little wide there, caught some grass, had to lift. Meanwhile, Brad Marys and David Poole are duking it out here for third and fourth in the Porsches. And Alexander Walters is just basically disappearing. Currently in the lead comfortably. Peter Szabo's,
Yeah, he's looking great.
yeah, Peter Szabo's still holding off that group behind him for second. David Poole and Brad Marys, though, are pretty much nose to tail here for the last couple of laps. And the next pack back is Chris Moses and John Ludden.
As usual. And what just happened to Walters? He's in second place. Soon to be third.
Don't know. We were back in the field. He's currently in third. He must have had an off here someplace and got some dirty tires.